So good morning, everyone. I hope you are boosted by the coffee. I have just like a secret message for you. If there is anyone who didn't get Kukan coffee, I still have it here. So after the presentation, we can meet in front of the behind there. I don't know what is the name of the room, and I will give you the coffee. Now I will speak. I will start where last presentations end. Thank you very much, John and Julian, for great presentations, because you saved a lot of my time now here. Because I want to speak about the communication and storytelling. And why we are communicating the stories and telling the stories, it's usually because we want to get some attention, we want to fundraise some money for zoo or for projects, we want to do some politician lobby, we want to solve some problems, or we want to avoid some problems. And I have to say that these times, even here, we are here, most of the people are in situ people from the field, coordinators of conservation, communicators. The communicators, they have a hard time. But we as the conservationists, we are like good people from the zoo, usually, considered by the public. But there are zoologists, keepers, directors, and in the eye of the public they are not always good, because they are keeping animals in the prison, in public opinions, or not in general, of course. Sometimes they are still heroes, and a lot of people want to work in the zoo with animals, but it's not always. And I can say that zoos are really facing hard times, and it can get worse. I was talking yesterday to Valentina from Fondazione Zoom, and because of that I decided I will not tell you the examples of what zoos were closed because of, for example, animal rights groups, what zoos are facing, anti-zoo lobby. All of this maybe you heard already from Thomas Rusek, working in the EASA office and doing a great job in Belgium and all around Europe and lobbying for the zoos. But maybe you can just talk to your colleagues and ask them if their zoos are facing some pressure from the radical activist groups, and I'm sure you will get the answer. And I can say that in Czech we are kind of fine still, but in Italy, right, it's tough. And Spain would be similar, France would not be easy, definitely. So more maybe when we go to west, it's harder. East, it's okay. We are in the middle, so. But the way is the communication, again, like we spoke last presentations. Tell the stories, and tell the stories in the fun way or interesting way. Just get the emotions from the people. Push them to love the nature, of course, animals, but somehow also love the zoos. Because some zoos already even changing the names. It's Valentina is working for Zoom. Some are national reserves or something like, safari parks. I don't have anything against the change the name of the zoos, but maybe we can also help the name of the zoo somehow. Just open the. That's what I'm talking about now, and what will the episode that we will screen to trying to tell you that zoos are good, they do great job, but sometimes it's hard to explain to the public, and that's why we created the documentary series. because people love to watch documentary series, they still love to watch the think about the nature, and I don't know, is here any one of you that just like small my survey, is here any one of you who saw documentary series which is really closely connecting the zoo and the conservation? Somehow like, really like you get that this is the work of the zoo and they do it there. Yeah? Can I ask you which one?
The one Pierre Gay did on the project we had in Peru with his grandchildren. So we did want to connect the family inheritance to the projects we support there.
And it's the all series?
It's one documentary.
One documentary. Yeah, so there are things happening, but not much. Usually it's documentary, but usually what I saw is there is documentary about the in situ project or ex situ project will be to whatever zoos do for wildlife conservation, or there is the things happening in the zoo. There is the great team, great veterinary doctor, keepers taking care about the animals, educators, everything happening in the zoo. But what we try to do is to connect it together somehow, and I'm the one who is narrating the documentary series, because when I came to my director with this idea, I said we have to somehow communicate our stories, we have to somehow communicate to the public, because even my close friends, even the family, they are always happy to hear that I do wildlife conservation somewhere. But they are not connecting it to the zoos. They just see the project, they don't see the zoo. Even I speak with the people who are somehow cooperating with the zoo. I don't know, we have wood supplier or this eco cup suppliers, and they say, yeah, we like the zoos, we are going there, but what are you doing there? Like wildlife conservation, I don't know, I didn't know that zoos doing these things. I know they are supporting some projects somehow, but yeah, they just like, even the people who are close to the zoo visitors, they don't get the message. And they don't get it because they are coming to the zoo to have the fun, like was mentioned yesterday. And so we created this, and I came to the zoo director and I said, let's try to do this. Maybe it's a crazy idea, maybe it will not be successful, but let's try it. Let's try some different approach and tell it. We can find some famous Czech actor, or I don't know, whatever, some person known to tell it, but then we of course face the funding for this, we didn't have money, and in the end, after we communicate this with some communicators, they said, like, let's be authentic, and you are the person doing this wildlife conservation, so you can be the one who can try to tell it. We will see if it works or not, but let's try this. So we tried, and actually we have quite good zoos. I said that we have the best zoo in Czech Republic, but I was just, there's many good zoos, and they're just joking, and most of you are working for, all of you are working for, not all work for the zoo, but the one who work for the zoo have the great zoos. But our zoo is kind of ready, I feel it, after many years of development, from welfare point of the view, from ex situ point of the view. We are really great zoologists and breeders. We are participating in many EEPs from in situ point of the view during last years, and from education and entertainment point of view. So our zoo was ready, and that's why we created a documentary series. It has 6 episodes now. First episode, we decided with Meryl that we are going to play you now the first one, the pilot, because it's introduction and it's connected to in situ. And we are in EASA Conservation Forum, so we wanted to speak more about the in situ than other topics. But the first episode, because of that, you will see again a little bit Kukang, so sorry for that. It was not my intention to over-slow noise you, but just you don't have to put your attention on this thing too much now. We did it yesterday already, and I'm really happy that you like it, or most of you like it. but it's more about the form, how we are telling it. And it's not only about the stories in the first episode, it's introduction, then we are going to Indonesia, then back to the zoo. Second episode is more about the ex situ, and about to explain to the people that in the zoos, the animals are not only for entertainment, but there is some system behind which really makes sense, and that could be last hope for many species. Third episode is the combination, just to reminding, half we go to Philippines to do coral restoration, sea conservation, marine life conservation, and then we go back to the zoo to say something about the fish breeding, extinct fish species that we have in the zoo and supporting the projects. So it's more about the water, so we include the aquariums. Fourth episode is about the European biodiversity. So that's the thing what we do in the zoo, that you can see also some of these today. About the Kosmice meadows, the bird meadows that you can visit on Saturday. Fifth episode is about Fifth episode is about releasing, relocation, repatriation, the releasing by connecting the breedings to the fact that some animals are already released back to the wild. We have more than 700 already from our zoo released back to the wild, and we want to make this connection that it's happening. We don't speak about the future. We cannot do it for all animal species, but it's happening, and step by step there is more and more. And we show the examples on beaver vultures, on the northern bald ibises, and on the Ural owls. And sixth episode, we are going to Vietnam. It's more about the primate conservation that do Tillon Adler. Then a great guy, many of you know him. He's the founder of EPRC. And now he's focused on Delacour langurs conservation in Van Long mainly, but not only. And that's the end of the episode, this first series. Yeah, so that's it. It's connection to Vietnamizing. So now we will screen you the first episode. I hope the subtitles will be fine. So it's in Czech again. This episode is mainly in Czech with English subtitles. Some episodes are partly in English. When we go to abroad, it's still under the post-production. So the documentary series is not released yet. You are one of the first who will see it. So if there are some mistakes, don't mind it. The voiceover will be more professional later. There is no color grading and sound mix, so sometimes it can be too loud or too low. But that's still in the process. But it's kind of version that you can watch already. So we will play it, we will screen it, and I will be very happy if we have some discussion after. Because if there is someone of you like it, it's not only about the Ostrava, we try to speak in general. Ostrava is the example, but if you like it and you find it useful, for example, and you want to use it later in any way, screening in your zoos, even like if IASA like it, somehow, as the example of the communication and storytelling, I will be more happy that we can cooperate, somehow we can partner on this. And I will be happy if there is some at least short discussion after the screening about the topics that I mentioned. So thank you and enjoy.